Hi, I'm Shayla with Revolting Science Resources, a company designed to bring the principles of project management to academic scientists. And in today's book talk, I'm going to be sharing my thoughts on Leaders Eat Last by Simon Sinek. So this book talks a lot about leadership and some of the qualities that go into being a great leader. He talks a lot about prioritizing the well-being of the team and creating a culture of trust and cooperation within an organization. He also talks a little about the neuroscience and biology behind human behavior and how those come into play when you are leading a team within an organization. Overall, this book essentially just advocates for servant leadership and putting the people on your team first. I think in an academic research environment, it's pretty obvious most of the time who the leader of the lab is, generally the PI. But one of the things I actually really like about academic research is that there's actually kind of different levels of leadership that exist within a lab. You can even just be a more senior undergrad, grad student, or postdoc and still be a leader. So although this book is really well suited for PIs, even if you're not currently running a lab, you could still probably find some value in this book if you are a more senior researcher. And even if you're not a more senior researcher, this book can be really valuable for helping you determine what you want in a leader. So in terms of my personal rating for this book, let's just take a second, appreciate all the different tabs. I love this book, and I would give it a 5 out of 5. I'm a really big fan of empathetic leadership, which is a lot of what's discussed in this book, and especially when thinking about the mental health crisis that exists kind of globally, but also specifically within academic research environments. A lot of the principles and ideas presented in this book are really underutilized in academia, and I think could go a really long way for helping more people feel like they belong in a field that has a history of being exclusionary at times. The only con I can think of with this book is that it does use a lot of specific examples, especially around things like employee retention, that don't really map super well into an academic research environment. But overall, I love this book. I think one of the things we don't take enough time to do is actually teach leaders how to lead. Especially within academia, a lot of the time people are getting promoted because they're really good at science. And being a good leader and being good at science are not the same thing. So if you're interested in being a good leader, I think this book is a great start. So if you'd like to check out Leaders Eat Last or any of the other books I feature in my book talk reels, be sure to click the link in my bio. And I'd love to hear from you in the comment section below. Are you planning to read this book? And if so, what benefit do you think it's going to have for your academic research?